And we're live. Not live, but we are recording. This is the MIP with Oobs. That stands for the most informative podcast with Oobs. I'm your host. My real name is Abdullah El-Heat, and I was given the nickname Oobs in high school. That's a story of its own. We'll get to that later. Born and raised in Garland, Texas. Been here my entire life. I'm almost 24, and every resident that I've had residency was located in Garland, Texas. You could say I'm in a bubble. I went to the same school for 13 years, from kindergarten to 12th grade. You can again say I was in a bubble. Let's adjust this, make sure everything's good. This is the first podcast, so there's going to be a lot of errors and stuff, but we're going to get there. Things don't happen overnight. Am I right? So yeah, I was in the same school until college, and I went to two different colleges, UTD, and then I took a big break, a year or two. I don't even remember. I was doing a bunch of stupid shit. Not proud of. I'm proud of, but I'm not proud of. I had fun, but I felt like I wasted a couple years, but I did learn a lot. So, for being honest, everything happens for a reason. You go through shit and you learn from it, whether it was good or bad. So now we're here. Turned a new leaf. Is that the same? I have a wife now. We've been married. Today's the 27th of June. We've been married exactly 11 months. And a month from now, it'll be our 1 year anniversary. So I'm excited, and I got stuff planned for my wifey. It's been a great year. Roller coaster. You learn a lot being married, living with a girl. But yeah, I have a good job, takes care of the bills. I started my own business on the side. We can get into that later as well. And I'm starting this podcast, which I'm really excited about. And I hope I'm not shaking the camera. So I guess I'm not supposed to touch the table. So I have to be really careful. So everything is great. It's hard to complain, regardless of the situation. I'm excited to do this. I've been wanting to. I've been afraid of doing it, really. I hate failing. I'm terrible in front of cameras, but hopefully I'll get better over time. I'm not a good speaker. I remember as in high school, whatever, throughout my entire life, trying to do speeches in front of classes. I would try to tell myself, I got this, let's do this. Then we get up stage and I'm like choking on my freaking throat. And I would be mid-sentence and then stop mid-word just to because my throat dries up because I'm so freaking nervous. And man, I do not miss those days. And even in college, having to do those speeches, those were tough. I would act like I'm clearing my voice, which is a terrible, terrible tactic to get out of nervousness. So hopefully I improve all these things, and just a note for you listeners, I don't know what I'm gonna call y'all, buddies, folks, my peeps, my people, I don't know. They're just from right now, gosh, I'll just look into a gaze and see myself looking. Everything that I'm doing now, looking back at it 10 years from now. We should edit that out. I'm very curious, and I'm eager to learn always. So hopefully with this podcast, it forces me to learn a bunch of things because I don't want to act like a know-it-all. I don't want to sound like a know-it-all. So I'm going to use this to learn different industries, different fields, and obviously get guests to come. We have space and we have another set of these that will speak with other people and learn about different industries that they're in and interesting topics. And there's so many interesting people and everyone does all different kinds of things, and I think it's important to communicate in person or just have a line of communication with other people to learn all the time. And I'm sure y'all will see my dog Daisy. She'll come in the picture. Come here, Daisy. Come say hi. Up, up. Up, up. Here she is, guys. Look in the camera. Look in the camera. Oh, there you go. You gonna talk? That's a good girl. All right, get out of here. Go. Come on, go. Thank you. She's the best. I feel like I'm all over the place. That's another thing I'm gonna work on with this podcast, is to be precise, concise, if I'm saying that right, to fix my English, to fix my communication skills, to learn, to explore, to have fun, to laugh. I feel like there's a lot of conversations to be had. I have a lot of friends to catch up with. I hope that we can get my friends to come on who might not be into doing this, but maybe I can convince them. And it'll be a way for us to catch up. And yeah, I mean, with the camera on me, usually I'm the one holding I'm usually the one holding the camera and recording other things. Like, I remember back in high school, I graduated in 2013, but back in 2011, 12, and 13, I think 2012 and 2013 is when Vine was out. And what we would do with Vine, man, we were hanging out at my friend's house every day after school. Our school schedule, because we did dual credit, so we did college classes in high school, we were finishing at like noon, and we just go to our friend's house and play FIFA all day. FIFA 12 and 13. I used to kill it. Sometimes there was a few friends of mine that were really good, and we took it so seriously. But yeah, so back to the topic, Vine. There was a thing called Smack Cam where we would get shaving cream and we'd put it on our hand and we'd go and slap someone and we would record it. And that got so serious, like with having 10 dudes in a house running around chasing each other. We got all pissed at each other because people would take it too far, including myself. And I'm just mad that just today I went on Vine to see these videos and it says error, like we deleted. Vine isn't even a company anymore. I don't know why. It was such a great app, a great platform. I guess people were taking it using it as a prank app, because it was like you would watch it on loop like 6 times for 6 seconds. It's a 6-second and then it would loop, so it would just be a quick video. We even did we would spray like cologne or whatever on us and then light it on fire. We do it on our face, on our shirts, and all those videos. I'm like, where the hell are those videos? They gotta be on like an iPod, like an iTouch or something from 2012, if it even works, if I can even find it. But I would love to get a hold of those and post those online. Those were some great times with great friends. I still call them my friends, even though I haven't gotten in touch with them, which I probably should, which, like I said, I hope to use this podcast, this platform, to catch up with some old friends. And yeah, so if for those of you that don't know me, I might have said earlier, my name is Abdullah Hates, also AKA, also known as Ooby. That nickname came, I don't even remember. I have some friends that would argue who gave me this nickname. And there's been so many versions of this name since then. It went from Ooby to Oobsters to Ooby Dooby to all different kinds of names. DJ Oobster Oobs. Just everything you can imagine. I'm sure y'all can come up with some nicknames of your own on the name Ooby. But this is the MIP, the most informative podcast. Obviously, this is episode 1, so there's not too much information. This is just we're breaking the ice here. And over time, we will correct a bunch of issues. And I keep saying we, like I got some producers in the background. What's up, guys? So I just want to improve each and every episode. I said where I'm from, Garland, Texas. Been here my entire life. Let's raise this up. There we go. Been here my entire life, and almost 24 years old. Recently been married. It's actually 11 months today. It was July 27th last year. And so in a month we will be celebrating our anniversary. I got something planned for my wifey. She's awesome. Everything is great. She's my ride or die. So I got something planned for her. Very special. I look forward to that. I love giving gifts. We go all out. I don't know, is this like a honeymoon phase or what? But it's like any chance we can. So we went on our honeymoon in November. We had a delayed honeymoon because I had just got this new job in July, so I couldn't leave. So we waited, went on our honeymoon, went to Mexico, to Belize, on a cruise. It was so much fun. I posted a lot of pictures on my Instagram. I think my Instagram is @ALHeat. I think so. You could check it out. We had a lot of fun. We did ATVing. There's so many activities on the boat. We are looking forward to going on another cruise. We just don't want to go to those same places. We want to try and go to different spots. That's another thing with this podcast that I'd like to do is we want to travel as much as we can before we have kids, which we plan on doing. And we want to just talk about the places that we've been and give advice from our experience. Like, oh, this is the place to go. Oh, this is the place not to go. Oh, you'll get food poisoning at this restaurant, or you won't get food poisoning at this restaurant. You'll want to go again tomorrow to this restaurant. So that'll be like a segment. So we'll have the MIP with Ooby, and then maybe the something travel podcast with Ooby, and if my wife is there with Hannah, we can do that. But yeah, and so I keep jumping from point to point. So what I was saying is that we celebrate a lot of dates. So there's my birthday, there's her birthday, then we do we didn't do it this time, but our engagement date, which is in January, and then in February we have a date where I first messaged her. Yes, I did it online, my first message. It's a little embarrassing to say that I did it online, but it all turned out, and when you say the story all together, it's pretty cool. I'll touch base on that, and if I forget, I will remind y'all in another podcast. Just a heads up. Then there's none in March, April, May, June, July is our anniversary. So there's and also in February there's Valentine's, and there's all different kinds of. I'm probably missing a few dates. Probably the first time we kissed or whatever it is. I don't know. There's always something. So the way I've known Hannah my entire life. I've known their family. They're a great family, but I never said a single word to her. And I don't know, this was after I had a phase, I went to UTD, then I took a year or two off where I was just messing around, I was being dumb, I was just doing stupid shit, which I learned a lot from, and got through it, got past it. Fun times, I must say, fun times. But you learn, whether it's good experiences or bad experiences, you learn. You just have to move on, go get through things, look at the bigger picture, and really analyze yourself and analyze what you're doing, and that's what I feel I did. I mean, I'm still doing it, but at this point, this is a few years ago, and I'm just trying to focus on myself, getting back in shape, starting to lose weight. I ended up losing 45 pounds, about. I was feeling good, exercising all the time. Work, I got back into school, I was trying to finish school. And I don't know, I came across her profile on Instagram, I believe. And I added her, didn't say a thing. Then I saw on her profile her Snapchat, so I added her on Snapchat. Sounds very creepy as I'm saying it. And I waited some time, and then I'm just on Snapchat one morning. I remember exactly, it was a Sunday. I was at my sister's house. I slept over there, hanging out with my nephews. They're just watching cartoons, and I'm just on Snapchat on the couch. And I see a story from her, and she is taking a picture with a kangaroo. Now, we live in Garland, Texas, and there's no kangaroos here. Those are in Australia. So I was honestly very curious, and so I asked her, where are you seeing this kangaroo? And she said, says McKinney or some place, Parker, something in Texas. And I was like, no way. So that's how it started. We just started talking, and it was just asking questions, and it just slowly progressed. And in the beginning, it was just talking here and there. Then I started to see her more. It was weird, started running into her at Lifetime, which is the gym here locally. And I went to, at this point, I was going to Texas A&M Commerce. So that's an hour from Garland. And so I would go and study at UTD. And I ran into her there a couple times. And that was pretty much, you can call it our first date. We were just in a study room, and I was doing an online exam, and she was helping me. We were cheating. We were both searching up questions, trying to get answers, and I did well, and we had fun. And as time went, I had a medical procedure. I remember a month after we started talking, I already had planned to go to California with my friends. We went on a spring break trip to LA, had a blast, and we were still talking at this time. And then the following month, I don't know what happened, I had to do this procedure on my tailbone. There was an infection from something I touched or something I got into, I don't know. I still don't know to this day. So I had this procedure, and it was very nasty. It was very gruesome. I'm not proud of it. It is what it is. So I I kind of like stopped hitting her up just because it's like I'm not gonna be able to see you. I can barely walk, I can barely move, and so I would always make excuses. This is the bad part that I'm sharing with you guys, but I'm gonna be honest with y'all on everything. And yeah, so we weren't talking much, and then we weren't talking much at this point. Then it came close to summertime, so the semester's done, now it's summertime. We started hanging out more. We had mutual friends, all of us, so we'd all hang out, we'd go places. Went to this one seafood restaurant all the time. I was not into seafood, but she got me into seafood. Shrimp, lobster, crab, the greatest food of all time. And yeah, so we started hanging out more, and I just enjoyed her presence. She's amazing in every aspect. Positive, funny, cracks me up, and I love her to death. So we're talking, and she's a really real person. Like, she's honest. Like, God, there's just endless things I can say about her. And so once I started realizing that, I was just like, I have to marry this girl. Like, she's the one. At this point, I was telling myself, like, no. Like, yeah, she's cool, but no, I'm on a mission. I'm focusing on myself. I'm trying to get my money right. I'm trying to get work right, finish school. I'm not getting married. I'm not trying to have a relationship, a serious relationship, until I'm at least 25. And I'm 23 right now, and I'm married. It's been a year. So that tells you the kind of impact she had on me and my life. She makes me a better person. And easily, she's my better half. I'm not trying to get all mushy and gushy with you guys. But yeah, so that August, September, that's when I knew I'm gonna marry her. It took one summer hanging out with her, and I remember that October, November, I went and asked her parents for her hand, and they were really shocked that I was approaching, because I had a terrible job. I was making $13 an hour, no lie, 13, and I was saving, and I was still in school. I had a beat up BMW. Beat up. Bought it for $1,100. I don't know what I was thinking. And yeah, I asked for her hand, and then that January I proposed to her. It was a beautiful, beautiful proposal. And then that following summer we got married. It happened very quick, but it was totally worth it. And I couldn't wait. We were honestly planning to do it in December, but we just sped it up. We're like, we can't be engaged no longer. Our parents were like, you can't see each other until you're married. Super cultural stuff. So yeah, so now we're married, and everything's good, working. And I have my side business, which is Hate Consulting. Let's just plug it right now, why don't we? So, and we're back. During the break, I wanted to mention a few things. Oh, so we're going to be doing 3 podcast segments in each episode. And those 3 are, I'm a fan of, we go on a ramble on that. I fucked up, and we go on a ramble about that. And I want to change, and we go on a ramble about that. So I think we're gonna start with the I'm a fan of. And I'm a fan of, we're going to have however many episodes, so I need to take this slowly. I'm a fan of traveling. Although I'm not able to do it as much as I want, I definitely plan on traveling with my wife. And hopefully we're going to, after each trip, obviously record stuff during it and capture a lot of moments and talk about it. And I look forward to that. If you would like to give your input, do that on our Twitter at El Hate Consult. Oh no! Comment on our YouTube channel, and which you will see this on YouTube. Another segment that we do is I fucked up. Okay, so my wife's in the other room. She might be hearing this for the first time, but I recently, this is terrible to say, I hit 2 vehicles on separate occasions. The first, actually, I think she knows about this one. The first one, I was really tired. It was the month of Ramadan, and I'm coming back from work. I had like no sleep the night before, and I'm driving on a regular street, not the highway, and it's stop and go traffic. I doze off. I never legit dozed off while driving. This was the first time, and I drove into the car in front of me, and I woke up and I freaked out. Thank God we were going like only 5-10 miles an hour. It was just stop and go, and I just started rolling. Freak out. The guy gets out. He's an Indian guy. He was on the phone. He's like, "Oh, there's nothing. It's fine. You did nothing. It's okay." I was like, "Are you sure?" I was like so in the moment. My heart is racing. I haven't been in a car accident in forever, since I was like 17, thank God. And he just continued on. He was just driving in front of me, nothing. And I was like looking like, is there anything? I hope he's, that works. And so yeah, I got away with that one. And then recently, I was super late to work, and I'm usually not, but for some reason I was really nervous, thinking I was gonna get in trouble, which they're not crazy about being late. Like, my supervisors come in at like 10, 11 a.m. And I was there at like 9:15, and I was freaking out, and I rushed in to the parking lot. It was a parking garage, and I have a truck, I have a Toyota Tundra, and I pull in and I scraped a car. And I freaked out. There was someone there, they saw. I mean, regardless, I was gonna say something, but they saw and they laughed, and they're like, "What are you doing? What are you doing, Abdullah? What's the matter?" I was like, "I was just in a rush. I have a truck, and there's a small space. I thought I could fit in it." But no, I hit the car. It wasn't bad. It was a small little scratch. Thankfully, I literally stood there, and it was just like the black rubber stuff off the bumper scraped onto it. So I was able to clean it off. It didn't do any damage. And we talked to the person, and everything got cleared up. Thank God. I was so worried. That is my cat meowing in the background. She's so annoying. She loves plastic, and yeah, she eats plastic. I'll wake up in the middle of the night hearing this crunchy, scratching, crunching noise, like she's licking everything. She eats plastic. Like, I don't know what's wrong with her. I think she has some type of case. But yeah, so that's where I fucked up, because I hit 2 cars in the past month or so. Something I want to change. That's a tough one. There's so many things that need to be changed. You know what's something that needs to be changed? In our with our people, Arabs, they're always late. I wish I could change that. If only we would be on time, even not even early, just on time. Things would go, we'd be so much more productive. That's all I can say. Let's check these off. I'm not the biggest fan of doing solo podcasts, so just note, forgive me for all this, and we will have guests in the future. I just need to get things rolling by myself. So it's gonna be a very cringy first episode, but bear with me. Cat, come here. Kitty, hey.
Come here, Kitty. Come here, Kitty. Come on.
So some current topics. I know we're kind of late. This is the end of June, but this month the NBA Finals took place, and after 5 years, the Warriors have fallen. So all you bandwagoners out there that have been riding this bandwagon know that it is over. Well, they won 3 of the last 5, but they've been in the finals 5 straight years. Just know their time is done. This is the most interesting free agency, which is coming up July 1st, in a while that I can think of. My team, the Dallas Mavericks, are supposedly gonna keep Kristaps Porzingis, the unicorn. We obviously have the rookie of the year. We obviously have the rookie of the year in Doncic, Luka Doncic. So cool. I was told that I'd play like him. Obviously not now after I gained 30 pounds, but that my gameplay is like his. So that is super. Like I wish I could have recorded the person that told me that. That was such a great compliment. So the Mavs are looking like they're gonna be a good team, and they have a lot of cap space, so they're gonna be able to get someone. I don't know if it's more important to get a big man in Vucevic. I think Vucevic is a good pickup from Orlando Magic, or they can go with Kemba Walker, who might be interested, take a pay cut from the Charlotte Hornets and join, or maybe D'Angelo Russell. Who knows? Who knows really? But I hope we get someone. I hope it's not like the past where we just end up not getting anyone in free agency and we get all the leftovers. Which actually, I think we should get a third tier point guard, which I don't want to consider third tier, but there's Kyrie and all these great players. Like if we just get the guy from Milwaukee, what's his name? Brogdon. Him with Luka Doncic, and who else do we have? Kristaps Porzingis, and if we get him and Vucevic, that is a nice looking team, and we have some depth. Dwight Powell would be a great backup. Kleber, Dallas is on the come up. I'm telling y'all from now, this is the summer of 19, and the Mavs are gonna win. I would hope by 2021 they win another championship. So it would be 10 years from their first championship in 2011, which was the craziest year. Dirk just retired. Shout out to him for one. Dirk. Hopefully I can one day be in the one namer. You know, like people that they're known by just one name. Dirk, Kobe, LeBron, Oobs. That'd be really cool. I see that happening. I'm gonna manifest it. We got this. So that's my take on NBA. I mean, the Lakers got Anthony Davis recently. They look like they're on the come up as well. The West is stacked as stacked can be. And the East is losing more players. Kawhi might leave the Raptors. D'Angelo Russell might leave the Nets. Kyrie looks like he's leaving the Celtics. It's like, who is on the East? That's like the D League, or they're called G League, Gatorade League. I don't get that. And the West is like the All-Stars. Just put the West in the playoffs, like all the teams. That seems like a more ideal season than any of the East teams, even though Toronto Raptors did win this past championship, but they lose Kawhi. They can kiss the finals goodbye. To switch sports, MMA, we're almost at the international week for UFC. And John Jones is fighting. I'm really looking forward to that fight. That entire card is stacked, devastated. I hope there's still a chance that Sugar Sean O'Malley can still fight. Tests came up positive for that same steroid in whatever he's taking. But apparently what he says and what his lawyers are saying and his camp, that's just some contamination of some supplement that he's been taking, some clean supplements. So hopefully his name gets cleared and he can fight, because he is an up and comer. He's a beast, I'll tell you that much. You can look up his highlights, Sean O'Malley. But yeah, looking forward to John Jones holding onto the belt. He's versing Thiago Santos, who's really good, but seeing them stand next to each other during, not the weigh-ins, the face-offs, John Jones is ginormous compared to him. Way longer. It's like, who can fight him? Who can get him? Who can take down John Jones? He's the greatest of all time. Easy to say. But yeah, hopefully, this was a good podcast, but the plan is to have guests each week, interesting people, and to learn from, to just conversate with and have a good time, have some laughs. Maybe my wife shows up on this, who knows? Guest of the week, who they might be. But regardless of who, y'all will enjoy. So I just want to thank y'all for tuning in. This is the MIP with Oobs. Have a good one. Take care.